Alright guys, I'm dumb. I was getting ready to start recording and stuff, and then I filled the dishwasher and hit go. So if you hear a little noise coming from down below, it's not my tummy rumbling, it's all them dishes getting clean so we can eat this delicious food we're about to make.
It's Some Guy Who Cooks, starring Brett Picorni. Featuring Brett Picorni. Guest stars on the show include Sal, Peppy, and the lovely Paula. Today's episode is brought to you by Brett Picorni.
Alright guys, so here's what I've got here. This is another quick video because, this is a simple recipe actually. I'm making some Greek-style gyros. I don't know how you pronounce it. Gyro, 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 whatever. All that matters is that they're freaking delicious, okay? Anyway, the traditional ones are made with a combination of beef and lamb, so that's what I got here. I've got 80% lean ground beef and I've got leg of lamb. I left all the fat on there because I'm not adding any oil or anything. I want that fat for some serious flavor. And then of course we've got our seasoning. This is Brett's I Need a Gyro Greek-style spice blend. Recipe in the description down below. Now this isn't your traditional Greek gyro spice blend. It's got all those traditional flavors, yeah, but I added a few extra things because, I really want to try it out. I want to make it mine, One of the items in here is called garlic gold nuggets. You don't really need them per se, but they're delicious. Mostly, they're this little thing that you add to the top of your food, almost like Parmesan cheese. It's little crispy bits of garlic. For reference, here's the bottle. You can get these on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. But before we add that seasoning in there, I've got all the meat in here. It is packed in my food processor. I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it so we can get that lamb nice and ground up with the beef. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and get our lid on. And I'm gonna give it a few pulses here. Now we're feeling that meat. Now, as gross as it sounds, this meat mixture is going to start getting pasty, but that's exactly what we want. We're emulsifying this meat so it forms more of a cake, if you will. Think meatloaf, but less crumbly, something you can shave real thin. Look at that. This is kind of gross looking, right? It is meat paste. Now, what I'm doing here is rotating the meat so all of it gets nice and pasty like the stuff in the bottom of the processor here, okay? All right, so I definitely overfilled this, so I took out about half. I'm gonna add about half my seasoning blend now that it's mostly paste, and I'm gonna blend this until it's definitely paste. Oh yeah, that smells good. So what I've got here, this is what I'm gonna be cooking it in. I had an old deep fryer that the heating element died on me, so I decided to keep the little, oil bin, because, it's a nice metal bin. It's perfect for baking some kind of loaf. Might as well be Gyro loaf. So, first half is just gonna ploop right down in here. Boop! Lamb and beef log, what a treat. Pasty mess of processed meat. All right, guys. Rest of the meat going on in, along with the rest of our seasoning mixture. Well, I think I just killed my food processor again. Luckily, it was all pretty much pastified already, so I'm just gonna mix the two halves together good as I can by hand in here, and then bake it. I gotta tell you, this smells really good. And it doesn't look too pretty, but I know it's gonna taste real pretty. Dear friends and family, thank you for gathering here today to celebrate the life of my food processor, albeit a short one. It died doing what it loved. What did it love? Pulverizing meat, blending the heck out of some delicious margaritas, making ice cream and shredding cheese into ribbons. Among other things, these are what it was good at. Alas, we will give it one final test of life and nothing. So long, farewell. It's been a 2-month pleasure. Well guys, guess I won't be making any more food processing videos anytime soon. So I'm just gonna have to hope that my subscribers keep jumping up until I hit my next milestone of 1,000 subscribers. So I usually do this at the end, but please hit like, hit subscribe, and share this video with everybody. Anyway, let's get back to it. Now, what we have here is essentially a meatloaf, albeit a super yummy, delicious Greek-inspired beef and lamb meatloaf. I would love to let this rest a little while longer, but I'm feeling impatient, so we're just gonna get to slicey. All right, Paula, do your stuff. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Oh, now this isn't quite your traditional Gyro texture here. It is kind of patty-like, and it still shaves really well, but you can still see there are a few larger pieces of lamb in here, and a lot of that has to do with my food processor dying on us. But oh man, this is yummy. Here we can see a piece of that lamb. And the flavors in this are just remarkable. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that is so good. So yes, making your own gyros is completely worth it. I would say trim off a little bit of the fat. As you can see here, I had a ton of drippings, and although they provided a lot of flavor, they really weren't that necessary. So that's all I got for you guys. Paula, anything to add? Well said, Paula. I'm just some guy who cooks. Until next time, everybody.